And to get us some perspective, we are now being joined by Adrian Calomel. He is a fellow at Arabian Peninsula Institute, terrorism and Middle Eastern scholar. Mr. Calomel, thank you so much for joining us here on this broadcast. Now, Israel is saying that it's quote-unquote checking the possibility of the Hamas leader being killed. If proven true, how do you think it affects the militant group and its operations?
Thank you for having me. And yes, this is another significant milestone for the Israeli army, another blow to Hamas and to the Islamic Republic. If you look at Hamas, they've had multiple battalions eliminated inside Gaza during this fighting. Sinwar has been running around since about May, hiding in tunnels, trying to stay alive, trying to regroup, re-coordinate. So this right here for Hamas, which has also seen its leadership structure taken out, there's only a few people left. It's significant. And yes, it is an objective of the Israeli military to eliminate him. So if the reports are true, there's one box that has been checked.
Right. It's just been a couple of hours since when we have been receiving these reports, Mr. Calomel, and we're already hearing Israelis fearing for the lives of the hostages in Gaza. Do you think they could become retaliatory pawns, perhaps?
That's a great question. And here's the whole issue with the hostage situation. We know that Sinwar has said that the hostages were just leverage. He never intended to release them. So people are reading into this and saying, well, he's gone. There's possibly an opportunity to get the hostages back. What everybody needs to do is take a step back and really look at who controls the fate of the hostages. And that rests in the Islamic Republic of Iran with Ayatollah Khamenei. They're the ones, and from the beginning I've been saying this, they're the ones that are running the hostage diplomacy game. They're the ones that control the fate of the hostages. So I don't think the elimination of Sinwar creates an opening for a hostage release. What they're going to do is they're going to nominate someone else to take over Hamas. Who knows who will be? Maybe Mashal. He's the highest ranking figure, but not as close to the Islamic Republic. Someone will be selected. They'll take over. I don't expect any movement on the hostages, unfortunately.
All right. We also have Reuters quoting Hamas sources that indicates that Sinwar has been killed in an Israeli operation in Gaza. Now, Israel is saying that Sinwar wasn't a target in the operation, but as you rightly pointed out, Sinwar has been the prime target for years. How do you think this changes Israel's goal in Gaza?
I think the goals remain the same. They absolutely remain the same. And where he was killed, I think more and more details will come out, but this wasn't a targeted strike. This wasn't based on intelligence. This was just a surface-to-surface operation where they saw fighters running into a building, and Sinwar, he was a target of opportunity. They didn't even know he was there. But this was in Rafah. These are areas where he's been running around trying to stay alive. So the goal remains the same. It's to eliminate Hamas completely. You take away one figure, they're going to replace them with another. You need to remove their fighting capabilities completely. And that's what Israel is going to continue to do and try and secure the release of the hostages at the same time.
Right, Mr. Calomel, one also has to talk about the political ripple effect of this. This will be an unexpected shot in the arm for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, won't it?
Yeah, I would believe so. I would believe so. He has been the #1 target since the beginning. He was the one, the architect behind this, became named the political advisor chief once Hania was taken out. So absolutely. Sinwar, who was, I would say, in the Western world and around the world, was a relatively unknown name after October 7th. He became a bin Laden character of sorts. So yes, absolutely, this will give him a bump, but there's also the hostage issue and the internal dynamics of Israel that will also be pulling against him in the other direction.
All right, Mr. Calomel, as well as our viewers, the Israeli foreign minister has just confirmed that the Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar has been killed in Gaza. Now, this is a developing story, as we have been discussing with our guest as well. Mr. Calomel, thank you so much for joining us here on this broadcast. It's a story we are closely tracking, and we are yet to see how this has an impact on West Asia and, of course, the multi-front wars that Israel is fighting.
Always a pleasure, and thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.